Do you have a favorite wreath making method? Well, one of mine is a pancake method. There's many reasons for that. Number one, this method only uses one roll of Deco mesh that's 10 inches by 10 yards. Number two, it's called a pancake wreath for a reason. It's flat, so it can be used on any door, including if you have a storm door on your home. Number three, it's easy to store away. When I store away my pancake wreaths, all I do is put some tissue paper in between them if I'm laying them down. And the next time you use them, just fluff the ribbon up a little bit and you're good to go. With that being said, let's get started and make a beautiful fall pancake wreath. Starting with my fall Deco mesh, I'm going to be using a 10-inch Deco mesh by 30 feet, which is also 10 yards, which is also 360 inches. When it comes to ribbon, you are going to need 4 feet of each size, meaning you're going to need 4 feet of ribbon that is 2.5 inches and wired, and 4 feet of ribbon that is 1.5 inches and wired also. For this particular method, I like to use a solid 2.5 inch ribbon and a colorful and decorative 1.5 inch ribbon, because that is going to go on top of our 2.5 inch ribbon. For decor, I'm going to be using some beautiful ivory mums, and then I'm going to add some of these vase fillers. I'm going to use them in a very interesting way, so stay tuned for that. Our sign is 8 inches in diameter. It is metal. It has holes on top and the bottom. Absolutely adorable. I got this on Temu. In the description box below, I always list where I get my supplies. You're going to need 12 pipe cleaners and a floral wire to attach the sign. To cut our Deco mesh, I'm going to be using a tempered glass cutting board and also a wood burning tool. I always have these linked in my Amazon shop, and I'll link them below. And of course, a wreath base. This one is 14 inches in diameter and it's metal. We're going to start by attaching the 12 pipe cleaners. I don't know about you, but this off-centered cutting mat is driving me bonkers. Off the subject, sorry about that. Alrighty, my friends, we are going to have 6 pipe cleaners on the inside, 6 on the outside. The first 6 are going to go on row 1 and 2 right in the center, like we usually attach. 2 twists, and we're going to make sure that these little endings go towards the inside of our wreath form. The inside 6 are done. The other 6 are going to go on row 2 and 3 right on that intersection. And what I like to do is kind of kitty corner to kitty corner. So I'm going to come in from one side and come out of the other side. It's going to keep it nice and stable. But this time we're going to twist on row 3. 2 twists and out. All right, friends, we have 6 on the inside, 6 on the outside, for a total of 12 pipe cleaners attached. Now it's time to get started on our Deco mesh, and in order to use up the entire roll, we're going to do some math. We're going to take 360 inches, which is the 10 yards, and divide that into the 12 pipe cleaners that we have attached. That's going to give us 30 inches. If you would like to play a little bit on the safer side, go down to 29-inch strips, because we're going to cut some here, and who knows if this roll actually has 10 yards. What I'm doing here is I'm just straightening things out. I'm going in between 2 rows, nice and steady. And the reason I have my cutting board moved so much is because I'm going to start measuring off my 30 inches or 29 or 29 and a half, whatever you like to do. But go ahead, go down the line, and as you can see, I'm not going straight. I'm going in between 2 lines, and also I do have a window right in front of me that I will keep open while I cut. Now I'm just going to naturally roll that piece of Deco mesh and throw it in a laundry basket next to me. Let's cut the next piece. I love the fact that we prevent a lot of fraying using this method, because the heat just seals in those edges. Is it 100% proof? No, nothing is my friends. But if your deco mesh has foiling through it, using a heating tool is one of the best ways to prevent fraying. I'm done cutting up my deco mesh. My cutting mat is back in place and it brought a little kitty with it. So hey, I'll take that. Now it's time to cut our ribbon. Starting with the 2.5 inch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure off 12 inches and I'm going to need 12 pieces. I'm just zigzagging up. This is a DollarTree roll and I got 9 pieces out of that one. So I'm going to just use a little bit of another roll and I'm all set with this one. Going to start folding the ends on both sides, of course, cutting out a little triangle to make dovetails. If you have furry friends, I always say this, make sure you get rid of this because that little metal piece is just not the best thing to keep around because it can get stuck in their paw or something and we don't want that. So I always am very careful when it comes to that, and I will probably wipe this table down a few times before this little guy wakes up. Moving on to the 1.5 inch ribbon, and this one is so pretty. Look how it shimmers. I love it. Same thing, we're going to measure off 12 inches and we're going to need 12 pieces of this ribbon also. And just like with our 2.5 inch ribbon, we're going to fold the endings on both sides and cut out a little triangle to give us a beautiful dovetail. Now it's time to bring everything together. Let's move the kitty a little bit to the side. I'm so sorry, Rocky. And just pretend like you're doing a ruffle wreath, because what we're going to do is having our deco mesh roll onto the table. We're going to go in about 1 inch and just fold that over because it's hard to tell where the center of this deco mesh is. I like to make my ruffles right on my cutting mat, focusing on my little square. I'm going to bring this together and just ruffle it up all the way to the end. Now at the end, we're also going to fold 1 inch, but as you can tell, it naturally wants to fold because that's the way it's being rolled. So I'm just going to hold my finger right there, bring it all together and attach it to my wreath base. Now, unlike every other wreath pretty much that I do, this is one of those wreaths that we're going to start on the outside and work our way in because we're going to layer those ruffles in. Before I tighten it, I see that I really have a piece sticking out and I see that it's right there. I'm going to gently, extremely gently pull that back and the rest of it looks really good to me. One twist. Now I'm going to take the ends and layer them over so we have a continuous flower kind of situation. Rolling onto the table, going to give a quick little fold and let's ruffle it up. Leave a folded inch on the other side and bring it in. Try to even the ruffle out as much as possible, very gently, and attach with one twist. Fold over those ends, both sides. The first row of deco mesh is on, and this is where people get a little nervous because the wreath does look a little sparse. But we're not going to worry about that because we have another row of deco mesh that's going to go right on top of this one, just a little bit towards the inside. And we're also going to be attaching lots of ribbon. Speaking of ribbon, we're going to get started with the ribbon on this outside row because I want to complete this outside row before we start working on that inner row. Grabbing a 2.5 inch, a 1.5 inch. We're going to put one on top of the other. Using our cutting mat, we're going to see where our center is. And this is what we're going to do. Right in the center, we're going to put our thumbs right there. And we're going to work our way down with the other fingers so we have this natural V that forms when we bring our ribbon together. Then we're going to attach, twisting my pipe cleaner in place, inch and a half, clip off the excess, fold and fold back. The ribbon bundles are all on. The next thing I'm going to do is pull out my pipe cleaners from that inner row so I can reach them a little bit better. Now I'm going to start another row. We're basically going to repeat exactly the same thing that we did on the outside row on our inside row. Starting with some deco mesh that's being rolled onto the table. Going to do a little fold and collect or ruffle up in the center, about an inch at the end, and bring it together. Make sure that everything is centered and attach right on top. We're going to do one twist, overlap the ends just like we did on that outer row. And this time what I'm going to do is grab that ribbon and make ribbon bundles right away and attach them. You could have done that on the outside row too. I'm just giving you some options here. If you want, you can definitely do this right away, one on top of the other, and we're going to twist up. Cut that excess, fold and fold back. So now it's a repetitive process of doing this to the rest of the pipe cleaners. All the ribbon and deco mesh is on. As you can see, I chose very muted, very similar type of colors. Now we're going to bring a little bit of light to this wreath, starting with adding the sign and then the florals, and it's going to work together beautifully. I'm going to take our floral wire, measure off 20 inches, and then cut that in half for the top and bottom. Let's put the wire through our little holes, and then we're going to do a few tight twists in the back. I really like to make sure that those twists are solid so that they hold on beautifully. Let's do the other side. And let's attach. Flip this over. Going to attach to an intersection on top and an intersection at the bottom. This way at least I know the sign is centered. Just doing one twist with the floral wire, and then we're going to check and see if maybe we might be a little bit too tight or not. You know, I think this is going to work just fine. So we're going to leave it there, twisting the floral wire together, and I'm going to wrap it around the wreath base. Before we go back to the front of the wreath, I like to complete anything we're doing in the back, starting with finding the top of the wreath and adding a hanging loop. I usually do that by adding a little bit of jute cord. Here I'm going to make a loop, and the most important thing is to pull our entire loop through the front. This is what your hanging loop should look like. Since we did not attach anything to that fourth row, we can definitely use a steering cover to cover the back of this wreath. I decided just to use a white one. And the first thing I'm going to do is give it a few good stretches. Just stretch it for as much as you want. Then I'm going to grab a clamp, and I'm going to clamp that top side to the fourth row with my other two hands. I'm going to loop it around that fourth row and go all the way around just like this. Look how beautiful and clean the back looks. Now we can take that clip off and we can flip to the front. Now it's time to complete the top of the wreath. I'm bringing in my florals, and all I'm doing is taking them off the stem. The first thing I'm going to do is go around all the flowers and make sure that the stems are attached. These are DollarTree flowers, and I want to make sure that they're not going to fall apart on me. While the hot glue is drying on my flowers, I'm going to grab the vase fillers and pick out 6 of the largest orange glitter little vase fillers. The next thing I'm going to do is open up my flowers, and I'm going to put one of those little vase fillers right in the center of the flower. This may be a little bit controversial because you might think, Nadia, why are you messing with the flowers? Well, I just felt like it needed a little bit more, and what this is going to do is bring out that orange that's in the back towards our flower. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue that floral right in this V part of our ribbon bundle. So just put it in place, and if you like where it's at, go ahead and attach hot glue right in that little corner and leave that flower there to cool. I think this wreath is turning out to be such an elegant and pretty wreath, and we're incorporating the warm ivory colors of fall along with those gorgeous tree colors with that green and orange. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. This is what the wreath looks like so far, but I decided to go one step further and make sure we cover this little part right there where we attach the floral wire. Then I decided, okay, so we're going to balance out some of these little orange glitters, and then I brought in some of these green ones. What I like to use to cut the vase fillers is actually a letter opener. I'm going to go ahead and just cut the orange ones only in half. The green ones we're going to leave whole because we're going to attach them to the Deco mesh. The first thing I'm going to do is hot glue at the top and the bottom. A little dot of hot glue. Make sure that the other one is not necessarily centered. So I'm going to put this one to the side a little bit. And then I'm going to take orange ones and scatter them on the sign itself. Make it look like it's supposed to be there. Now that my orange ones are done, we're going to start on the little green ones, and we're going to attach the green ones to the orange Deco mesh. So nice dollop of hot clear glue. As you can see, I'm using a different gun, making sure I have clear hot glue. The cats are really being active here. And I grabbed the tiny green ones because I just wanted to sparkle here and there, not too much. There is fine. Go around here and there. It's going to add a fun element. And you know what? Why not? With the little addition of our vase fillers, look how adorable this looks. And I did not put too many of those green ones. They're just popping up here and there very elegantly, and I think it just brings the entire wreath together. Today, I have a favor to ask. Is there a type of wreath method that you've never seen me make or would like for me to make one for fall or for Christmas? I would love to know either in the comments below, Instagram messages, or in my email. If I already have made a wreath using this method, I'll just send you a link. But if not, I will do my best to recreate one for this upcoming holiday season. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in our next video. Bye bye, my friends. Mwah!